Hey guys, welcome back to the Paper Lion. I'm Gypsy. Welcome to any new subscribers. Thank you for being here. Make sure you hit the notification bell and the subscribe button so that you can be here when I make new videos. My returning subscribers, thank you very much for being here, and let me say hello to my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys for joining our little friendship group here. Hopefully I'll continue to bring things that you guys enjoy. And as always, don't forget, if you're on this channel and you make some of the projects along with me, make sure you send me some photos at thepaperliononline@gmail.com. That way I can share it with my Facebook group. But anyway, this is actually Sunday. This video is being recorded after episode 9 of Quiet Time Crafting. This will not come out until next week. I'm just going ahead and trying to get a jump on my videos. But if you watch the Quiet Time Crafting, you will see the episode. You'll see that I kind of hinted, or you can see that I was doing this technique, but since I'm already at my desk, my things are out, I decided to go ahead and show you the method a little bit more in detail. What I call it, I'm not saying that this is original or anything, but to me, I call it's a method that I like to do with my napkins. It's really, really simple and quick to get some color down on a page or on a tag. I call it my torn napkin method. And it's basically, you're just going to be using some glue and napkin and whatever background you want to use. If you're going to be using tags, since I've made a bunch of tags, I am in high gear as far as tags goes. So I'm going to be showing you the method on this. First of all, let me show you what it looks like. And it is so simple and easy. You don't have to pull out your decoupage glue, nothing like that. You don't have to go over it with Mod Podge or anything. It's down and it's done. Like, it's so simple and so quick. But anyway, I did these on Quiet Time Crafting, and then I decided I wanted to go back and add some threading, some sewing along the edges. So that's one way that you can jazz them up, and they look great just like that. If you want to go back, I like mine on the cardstock. I might go back and back them with a little bit of tea stain paper or decorative, something, now that I've got the stitching on it, but that's completely optional. That's 2. Then there's another little one, that beautiful torn design. That one, these I just hit with a little bit of stitching and kind of followed the torn design of the napkin. And oh my god, this last little one, I am absolutely in love with this. And let me just tell you, I used raffia for the first time using this little thing. I'm in love with raffia, especially for making little, oh my god, you can just scrunch it up. But anyway, look at him or her. Look how beautiful. And as you can see with the torn edge of the napkin, you still get a little bit of the background noise that you started with. And of course, because it's a thin napkin, you can see the lettering through there. But I thought that was absolutely adorable. You can come back and, like I said, cover that if you want to. But isn't that cute? Oh my god, this is my favorite one out of the whole thing. And I think this one and this one. So those are my 3 favorites out of that. Anyway, let me stop talking and get to the tutorial. Basically, it's very simple, so I'm only going to do 2 with you today. And of course, you can leave them as is when you're finished with this. Or you can decide that you want to go back and do some stitching like I did. Right now I'm looking for something to put under it so I don't get glue on my tablecloth. And we're going to go with this book. It was close by. Just flip that over. And we are basically, what you're going to do is you're just, obviously with your napkins, you're going to peel away the extra layers. You don't want those extra layers. And then you can just kind of decide what part of your napkin you want on here. So since this one I already used part of it, I think I want to come down here and highlight, well, I think I want to get this part of the napkin right here on the corner so that it kind of just goes around here. So what I'm going to do, until you get used to it, you can kind of, you know, lift up your napkin as you're going. I kind of just eyeball it when I'm doing, but you can kind of go section by section, and you're just going to add your glue to where you want it to stay, and then you just kind of move through. If it's easier for you to do it this way, by all means, you just are kind of adding the glue where you think you want your image to stick down. And you just move it along like that until you're happy, and make sure that every part that you want to stick down is gonna stick down. And it doesn't necessarily all have to be stuck down, because that's what makes it fun, because when you'll see at the end. But anyway, so I'm just gonna work my way down on this, making sure I have every little part that I want glued down. I've said that so many times, I'm sorry. Okay, and I think I'm okay with just getting this whole little corner glued down like that. And with this, you know, napkin can be, once it gets wet, it can be kind of fickle. But since this glue stick is just, it's not really wet in the sense as Mod Podge would be wet, so you don't have to be as careful with your napkin, you know. And then, like I said, at the end, it's a torn design anyway, so if it gets a little, you know, the idea is for it to get torn. Let's just say it like that. Okay, so now we have this glued to kind of where we want it. I'm going to go ahead and set this one to the side, and then we're going to work on this one. Let's see. Let's open that up. And this is for, like, I have those little, you know, water brush markers that, you know, you can go in. If you want to do that, you're welcome to it, but it kind of defeats the purpose of this being simple and easy. I have those and have had those for a long time, and I literally have never pulled them out. Literally never pulled them out. Okay, so again, we're going to just kind of eyeball it, get an idea of where we want our image to stick down. And this is a great way of diffusing and covering over words on your background, especially if you're using book page and you don't want to proofread every little, you know, thing, because who wants to do that? This is a good way if you find that there is something on your page that you don't like and you kind of just want to diffuse it without covering the whole back, then this is a great way to do that as well. So what we're going for this image right here, and then I'm going to come down and pull some of this image as well. And as I said, when you're using this glue stick like that, you don't have to be 100% careful with your, you know, how you work. And I was using my my bone folder to go across it, and you can do that as well, because it doesn't get as wet, and so it's not gonna tear as easily as if you were using some decoupage glue. And it's less messy because decoupage glue can be quite messy. And then it takes so much longer to dry as well. I hope I got that. If I didn't, it's okay. Okay, and we're going to add just a little bit here so we can get that image. All right, and that's the first part. Let me see. Might get a little bit of this greenery up here. just for the sake of things. All right, we'll set that one to the side. Give it a moment to dry. We know that this Elmer's purple glue, it dries so quickly. And once it turns clear, you know it's dry. So we'll set that one to the side, and we'll give this one, we'll start on this one since it looks like it's already dry. So basically, you can come through and you're just going to be tearing along the area where you glued it. You can go as fast as you want, whatever, because we're basically getting some of this off of here. We're getting the pieces that didn't glue, and we're revealing some of this beautiful background noise in the process. So how is everybody? I can talk to you guys now that I'm in the process of tearing this away. How are you guys doing? This this video will be starting, you know, coming out in the new week. So I hope that you guys have a prosperous and wonderful week ahead of you. I have a couple of things on my desk that, you know, well, in my notebook that I have planned for the channel this week, some videos. So I'm excited about those. They're piling up because I'm not gonna, you know, not blowing my horn or anything, but I get ideas pretty regularly. Sometimes I'll just sit down and I'll be doing something or not doing something, and I'll just kind of like kind of just zone out and start like daydreaming about certain things, and you know, how I can do something or whatever, and then just kind of come up with an idea for a project. And I do that more often than I get the projects done or recorded. So I've got a notebook that's piling up. Now, if you're ever doing this and you get like to an edge that you think maybe is too straight, then basically none of this to me is like too straight, except for maybe down here. You can either take your fingernail, if you have nails, and kind of just scrape away. Because I did glue this, you can kind of just scrape away at it a little bit until you kind of get it to, you know, to where you want it to look like. So it still can be altered even if you glue down, you know, too much napkin or whatever. Okay. And then you can go in and muss up, you know, your little edges. You can come back with your scissors if you need to. Or you can just, you know, kind of rough it in and make it organic. You can choose to leave the little edges like that, or you can tear them. This is your project. All right. And look how simple. Now, one thing I will stress is that when you're doing this project, you may want to put something under you to catch all your little leavings, or you may end up, you know, needing to vacuum. And, you know, most of us when we craft, we end up having to vacuum anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. And if you see a little piece that you want glued down that's not, just add a little glue, and there you go. All right, so now we've got that one out to the side. That one's done. This one should be through gluing. So let's start. Basically, you can start anywhere on there. And as I said, just glue down whatever pieces that you want to have glued down. If you find something that's not glued down that you wanted to have glued down, just go back through and glue it down. This project and this method is meant to be simple and easy with not a lot of fuss. And if you feel like you're wasting napkin like this, you know, make sure you're keeping your edges and stuff, because you can always go back with the same napkin and add those pieces to another project. It doesn't have to be thrown away necessarily. There will be some bits that have to be thrown away, but for the most part, like if you're starting with a full napkin or a full napkin side, there will be something left for you to go through and add somewhere else. You guys doing? I get to asking you guys how you are and then end up jumping into something else. How is everybody? I hope you have, like I said, a prosperous week, and I hope you have a full week of crafting ahead too, especially for some of those of you who might do this full time to sell, you know, sell things. And what I like to do with like the edges, let's see, there we got some more that's not torn or not glued down. But I kind of like to go back with my fingers and like little pieces like that that are kind of like, you know, left unglued. Just take your finger and run over it. That gives it a, you know, gives it some texture as well. And like if there's two, you know, some parts that, like I said, that you want glued down, just go and roll that back out, and there you go. Okay. And there we go. Let's see. Then you can come back and add, let me see. Let me finish getting this the way that I desire it. Okay. Now we're going to go and we are going to add some ink along the edges just to give it a little bit of definition. So you can see, you can run the ink along there if you want to. Depends on how grungy you want yours to look. But it definitely helps to give it a little bit of definition if you go around it with a little ink, or if you're going to sew it, that gives it definition as well. And look at that. Look how pretty that is. How that just looks so worn and carefree. All right, let's give this a little bit of ink around these pieces as well, so that they look more on the finished side. All right, now that we have that, you can come back with a die cut if you want. Let's see if we can find a little die cut that will complement this. Let's see. I don't have many on my desk, so I don't know. That looks a little too big. I may not have a die cut on my desk that will work. Let's see. Because I don't want to do flowers on top of flowers. That's kind of cute on there. I mean, you could do flowers on top of flowers if you wanted to. I mean, that doesn't look too bad. Let's ink it up and see what that's talking about. Oh, wait. Who is this? Oh, That's cute. Okay. I think I'm going to go with this one. I don't know why I'm even trying to ink that one because it's black. So that's completely unnecessary. All right, we're going to get some, you know, for the video, I think I am going to not, I don't think I'm going to add it for this video because I still have to take pictures of these, but that's what it would look like, guys. Right in there. It would look just like that once I end it. And when I end this video, that is exactly what I'm going to do, is add that like that. But of course, I gotta get my YouTube thumbnails, and so I'll be using that for that. But anyway, that technique is so simple, guys. Look how quick we got through those just using a napkin. Of course, like I said, do not throw those away. There's a nice little edge you can put somewhere on another one. All of this, if you're like asinine like me, I like to keep my little bitty things like that because I know that I can come through and add them somewhere else as a nice touch. But anyway, guys, that is this quick tutorial for today. I will have more out this week, but this is just an easy torn napkin method that I like to do when I'm using some of my napkins. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are new here, please consider subscribing because I do get new things out on a weekly basis. Never know what I may put out in a week, but just know that there will be something. And as I said, my returning people, I appreciate you guys for coming back and watch this video. And until the next one, bye!